Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Hastings. Today, we're going to walk through a demonstration of one of the applications within the Performance Bridge portfolio. We're going to cover report search. This is one of the additional applications that is more workflow focused as opposed to purely analytics focused, like we talked about in one of the other presentations. Quality and productivity are the traditional analytics functions, quality being the data visualization component, and productivity being the same data but in more of a report type view. This application, report search, is focused on workflow in terms of someone that is either searching for reports, the radiology reports. I want to make that clear. This is searching the radiology reports after the exam. So what the radiologist actually generated and were sent into the system using HL7 integration. But the different workflows that could be utilized, a radiologist may be interested in searching their own reports. Perhaps they did a case last week. They don't remember the patient's name or a session number, but they do remember that it was an atrial myxoma or some pathology, and they needed to look that up. It could also be used by research or education. So, for example, finding exams for teaching files, using this type of a search function, searching the reports for a particular pathology, and then linking in the images with them. So, with report search, you have the ability to start, and initially you start by saying, am I searching for clinical care or for education or research? The difference between these two is whether or not the patient information is being displayed. So in the case of clinical care, it is showing the patient's session number, medical record number, etc. But in education, that information is removed. So we're protecting the PHI. You have the ability to do just a basic open search if you want right off the bat. But before I go there, I do want to show you some of the advanced search options. So if you know to begin with, you want to search over just a specific date range, timestamps, a particular facility or modality, you have all of these additional filters that can be utilized in conjunction with the text search, which you're going to be typing in and doing the actual search on. And as I mentioned, if I was a radiologist and I just wanted to filter it by my reports, I've got the My Reports checkbox here. So I'm going to hide that. I'll show you an example here in just a minute where I actually utilize that, but I do want to start by just doing kind of an open query. So if I start and say nodule, and I have to hit category. So clinical care nodule and hit search. This is going to show me all of the reports within the database, everything that we received that has the word nodule. So in this case, there's about 5,000 or 50,000 reports. I have the ability to refine that. If I was specifically interested in saying, show me everywhere where it's lung nodule back to back. So those two words together, I can do a search there and it's going to refine it. Now you see there's about 4,000 reports that have lung nodule together. And you can see there's some places where it's left lung nodule, right lung nodule, but this is just showing me the grouping by putting it in quotes. It's showing me only those reports where lung nodule is together. If I wanted to further refine this and say not left, so now show me everything where a lung nodule is together, but I'm not including the word left, so filter those out. So now you can see it's only showing right lung nodule, or if it wasn't actually listed on the report. So now I'm down to 990. If I further wanted to refine it, perhaps I was interested in looking for something that was related to pediatric studies. I can select pediatric in my filter, do my search, and now it's brought it all the way down to a single report. So within this example, the demo database that we have, if I look at reports that are pediatric, that are not left, and are specifically referencing a lung nodule as opposed to another type of nodule, I have the ability, or it showed the ability to go all the way down to an individual report level. If this is something that I did want to save for whatever reason, it was a recurring report that I was going to run periodically, I could save that and then come back to it later, pull that up from my saved reports. In addition, we do have the ability to link in a viewer. So this could be the PACS viewer from Philips, an EMR viewer, essentially any web-based viewer we can integrate with. And by selecting View Image, it would launch me directly into that application and display the images as well. Earlier, I had mentioned teaching files. So if this is something that you are using one of the other applications within the Performance Bridge portfolio, the Case Indexer, that's the name of the application we use for teaching file functionality, I could launch directly into Case Indexer as well. So it makes it a very strong, very powerful tool, not only in terms of searching, but also viewing the images and building teaching files or other type of databases that you're wanting to reference later. A couple of other things I do want to touch on. I'm going to show the search examples. So this is using Boolean type logic. And what I mean by that is the operators and, or, etc. Those are kind of common terms or common ways to do searching of the database. So we include that. You could group things together, have the words, they have to be within a certain distance of each other. Proximity searches, like I said, doing wildcard searches, or even boosting a term. If there's several terms in my query string, I can say this word has more importance than another word. So a very, very powerful way to do some of the searching. The last thing just to point out is that we do have, you can save or we track the different types of searches that I as an individual user have performed, so I can go back and reference those and see what I've done historically over time, perhaps pull a report or something similar that I did a few weeks ago. So thank you for your time. This just scratched the surface in all the different capabilities that we have, but once again, if you have additional questions, please reach out to your local Philips representative. Thank you.